So, I didn't die in Morocco, but I did get to witness a pair of tortoises having sex. Never knew that was on my list of life goals until I saw it happen and was just met with this overwhelming sense of satisfaction. Anyway, it's Giles Compiles, you know the deal, let's get into it. So to anyone who's in that part of the world at the moment that's just waking up as this show goes online, you're kind of getting out of bed, a bit bleary-eyed, all of that, just pause this video, scroll down to the description, hit the first link you'll see and watch it. It is like a kick of coffee in the morning. It's from Sarousch Brahmi, he's from Iran, and to put it simply, he's just a bit of a nutter. This is basically just a 1 minute insane Instagram compilation. He's just throwing the most ridiculously weird flips. Granted, a lot of them aren't landed that well, and a lot of them are landed on sand and mats, but I don't know why, the pace, the vibe of this video, I just really enjoyed it. And the stuff that he does land is super cool. He does some, I mean, I'm not into that style of movement hugely, so I can't wrap my head around a lot of the stuff, but it's fucking, just go and watch it, it's so sick. Next up we have a video from Team Compest with Going Beyond, and I don't think a parkour video has made me laugh out loud as much as the start of this one did in a long time. They've got all these like gangster posed profile shots of all their team members, and then the camera just swipes up to reveal this guy just weirdly grinning in a hospital bed. He's obviously hurt himself somehow, but I don't know why, the timing of it made me laugh so much. And I was so happy to then see that the video continues on and the movement's actually pretty sick. The team's made up of 5 guys, they're all 14 to 15, and they're all pretty solid movers. To be fair, there is one guy who's, I mean, it sounds harsh to the others, but he's definitely the strongest in the team. He seems like a really powerful, well-rounded athlete, and they're all clearly young. So high hopes for the team, high hopes for him, and just go check it out. It's sick. I like the vibe of the video, I like the editing, and yeah, hopefully we'll see some good stuff from them in the future. So you all know who Sean Higgins is, right? Because I wasn't going to feature this because I just assumed that you all would, but then maybe you don't. And if you don't, then now you do, and you'll realise that you should have done for a while. Sean is one of those guys who just owns that kind of compact blocks and bars type of area that you find in a lot of American gyms. When he's not moving through these areas doing weird technical quirky movements and cool bar tricks, he's spamming double twists like they're nothing, and sort of he does this sick like caster backflip, back palm handspring thing on the wall. I don't even know what you could, like one of those out of a line. He's really good. My next video comes from Josh Pulisis or Pulisis. You know me and my names, I'm terrible. And I'm gonna say it, I honestly think in the UK, the Bournemouth pool area has the highest concentration of just rising athletes. Every couple of months or so, I see a new guy popping out of that area who isn't necessarily a monster, but is just incredibly well-rounded when it comes to their movement, and everything they do it with such kind of confidence and conviction, and every precision is stuck, everything's done clean, and there's such a focus on being that kind of competent, well-rounded guy. And Josh is just one of those guys. He's not yet a beast, he's not doing the biggest stuff in the areas, but every single thing in this video, and I mean this video is just a really, really raw compilation, but everything he does is done with such a high level of control and confidence, and it's so good to see. So there's this myth, this legend, who lives in Brazil, specifically Rio I think, and his name is Vance Pobel, but more commonly he's known as Baikinman. Baikinman is just a master of natural movement and moving through a natural environment as opposed to an urban one, a lot of which he does in bare feet. I've had friends go and visit Baikinman and train in the environments that he trains in. The trees specifically, I've heard, are just so much harder to move around than he makes it look. Like, he has mastered these environments and it's so sick to watch. I am rushing through this episode. I'm doing quite a lot of it ad-lib, which is not my usual style because my brain doesn't work when it comes to making things up, hence why I'm now rambling. Anyway, community news, Tit Jam and Jump Fest. I've heard about these events. I've heard about Tit Jam. I've heard about how good it is. But I've always just been like, it's an event in America, like, I haven't given it a huge amount of thought. And then Noah Mittman, who is the guy behind Snowman Films, he produces a whole load of content out in the US, emailed me this link to a video he put together to basically show the event, to show off Tip Jam and to give a greater insight into some of the keynote speeches that go on at the Jam. And I mean, I'm not going to say any more, just go and watch the video because it looks like an incredible event. I've been trying to film this outro for like easily 20 minutes now and I just keep messing it up. I'm getting so frustrated. That's all for this episode of Giles Compiles. Unfortunately, there won't be an episode next week because we're going to be halfway through the UK tour. We're chucking all the sponsored athletes in a van, driving around the country, hosting a load of events and jams. But we will be planning on trying to do a daily vlog for every day of the tour starting tomorrow. So look forward to seeing that in your subscription box. Sorry if you get sick of it. No, my brain's gone. What am I saying? Submit your videos to gilescompiles@gmail.com. That's what I was going to say. We got some exclusive items that we're going to be selling on the tour, so if you're coming along, look forward to buying them. Also, if you are planning on coming, buy your tickets online. It just helps us know attendance numbers and things like that. Anyway, all that out the side, all the old promo, that kind of thing. My brain is now just spiraling into oblivion. gilescompiles@gmail.com. Send me your emails, send me your videos, send me your news, send me all the stuff you want me to talk about or potentially ignore if it's really bad. Stop it, Giles, you're just chatting shit. Goodbye, thank you. I don't even care. That's gonna be the end. Ow. That's what happens if I decide to ad-lib it rather than write a script. Never again.